All right, so everyone, welcome to the live stream. I hope everyone is hearing me. Okay, today I'm not showing my face on the stream because I'm at work, but I thought to talk about this. I'm going to be sharing a screen to you where Pastor, let me get his name correctly, even though I don't know how to pronounce his name too well. Okay, like you could see in the picture, or would I say on the title of this video, the pastor of COZA, Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo, has said something about a particular tribe that I come from, but it's not me being tribalistic, I would say. But he made a statement which I'm going to be sharing to you the screen right now at the moment, so you get to see the post. Is I actually got to confirm this. I've been trying to find the video myself, but I've not been able to find it, so I had to see a couple of news outlets there that posted it, and I let me share that with you as we get to read it together. And this is more of like a live analysis. Now, some of you might think that I'm talking about this because I am Igbo myself, but it's not because I am Igbo, but it's because of the statement he's making and the details of the statement of which he has made. If you know me over time, you know that from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So I take people's words for it. So I analyze people's words, what they say. And then you're going to be looking at if what he says holds water with regards to, of course, the famous person we know in Nigeria at the moment, Obi Cubana himself. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing the screen to you right now. Welcome to the live stream House of God. Jose just for fun. And then I don't know this Russian, I don't know what is writing, Borong, I don't know. Kama Chinenye, welcome. All right, so I'm going to be sharing the screen right now to you so you get to see what I'm talking about. So let me add the screen where the post is, and then we get to see it together. Okay, so yes, just give me a sec while I do that, and then we get to see the post together and what he had to say. All right, and then I'm trying to share the screen to you so we get to see what he had to say. In case you just joined, welcome to the stream. Okay, so let me look for the Chrome tab. And okay, so we have the post right here. Okay, so right now, if you're looking at your screen here, I hope you can see it on your screen clearly. So let me get to reduce myself here so the screen becomes a little bit more visible so you get to see. All right, so here, this is from the independent.ng. All right, so as you can see the title here, you could search this yourself on Google or something. I first saw this on Insta blog, then I saw it again on Linda AKG blog, I suppose. And then this is a recent, it's not something that happened in the past, something very recent this new year. So it says here, Igbo Christians are very stingy to God. COZA pastor slams. Okay, so why did he say this? Why did he have to say this in church on a Sunday service, I suppose? So let's go down to read what he had to say. So it says here that the senior pastor Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo of Commonwealth of Zion Assembly, COZA, popularly known as COZA, of course, has accused the Igbo people um, for being stingy or who being stingy in their giving to God. He disclosed this on a Sunday during a sermon at his church in Abuja, expressing that despite their large gear, it takes God for them to donate in church. Interesting, I would say. The cleric said the Igbo believe in God, that it takes God for an Igbo guy to give. They have a large heart, but they believe you shouldn't walk their mind. They have a large heart, but they believe you shouldn't walk their mind. Okay, so it goes on here to say that according to how he's being quoted, that Igbos are 90% Christians, but no mega church. Interesting. No mega church. Oh God. You need to tear backgrounds to enter some testimonies. No church with a Yoruba pastor takes more Igbo songs than COZA. Wow, interesting. So, just showing that he's more liberal with regards to how Igbo songs or whatever. I don't know whether he has a tribal mindset with the way he runs his church or something. But him saying that no church with a Yoruba pastor takes more Igbo songs than COZA is quite interesting, I must say. Hustle is a curse. Wow. You see, I have a thing with this particular word curse. Sometimes, like if you looked at my recent videos where I talked about the whole idea of cursing in church and, pastors that curse and curse their members. I think if you guys have been following what happens in church, there was a video one time of a woman who was laying curses on her members that during her birthday they didn't give her anything or so. Yeah, you could find the video right here on YouTube. So this is something that I think, like I always tell you guys about the whole concept of fear and guilt that most of these church leaders used to control and manipulate their followers, who more of like most of the time fear them as if they're demigods or something. So it says your hustle is a curse. Are you a hustler? Some people find it hard to give because they hustle to get that money. In the name of Jesus, hustle has ceased. Said in the name of Jesus, hustle has ceased in your life. Very, very interesting. All right. So if you check, if I could just check, if I just maybe search right now on Google the same thing, you could see many posts of that. How are you? Okay, let me just welcome everyone coming in right here. Peace Act TV. Good afternoon. It's evening from here. The American boy, how are you doing? Welcome. RT, how are you doing? Happy New Year to you. So looking at this right now, um sorry about the faces you're seeing there. Those are ads on the website. So we are talking about this whole idea that Igbo Christians are stingy to God. But when I see things like this, I wouldn't even want to spend my time sitting down to make an entire video for this man, because for him as a person, you know I always say it over time that, you see, when it comes to social media, people will not be talking about what happened in church. Someone like George right here, I wouldn't be talking about what happens in church if I don't see these things on social media. Sometimes I just tell myself, if these people don't post these things on social media, who would have a reason to even talk about them or whatever? But when I come on social media and I'm seeing these things, and I tell you guys, I analyze trends. I come on Instablog, I see a picture of this and I see this particular statement. I come on the internet, I search for it to be sure that this is actually true. And this is actually true that he said this in church. Now, whatever he might be talking about to have made this statement, first of all, is very tribalistic, I would say. Okay. Second of all, I'm going to be proving to you right now with Obi Cubana himself to see if we are really, really stingy, because there are video clips I'm going to be playing to you right now. Because, of course, when things like this happen, we talk about those that we have as examples, or what I say, those that are in the public eye. I wouldn't want to talk about someone that you don't know. So I'll pick people that you know their names. Their names have a reference point for you to really understand these things. But you also have to understand that majority of Igbos are not Pentecostals. Majority of Igbos, to a great extent, are not really Pentecostal. Most are from the Orthodox. Most are Catholics, or maybe Catholics that converted to become Pentecostals. You understand? And normally, when it comes to the Igbo mentality, whether you like it or not, like he said in his statement, we are hustlers. But where I found it really interesting is the statement where he made that they have a large heart, but they believe you shouldn't work on their mind. If you look at the way Nigeria is going today, you see, it's mainly the Igbos that are agitating for this Biafra and all this separation and all of that. The others are more of like, following the ginger. But now we the ginger this thing for our head. Like if you look at it critically, because you see, when it comes to before you deceive an Igbo person, it's the hard though. If you deceive us, so that one that is you can, but most of the times we look at things, we not, I won't say like we analyze, but the thing is that most of us we are just wise and gifted in a particular way. Okay, so maybe he's found it difficult to maybe with what happens in church these days, like I've made many videos about, like maybe he's found it difficult to work on the minds of the Igbos, that maybe when the Yorubas are giving bountifully, or when they're giving in quantum, the Igbos are there thinking about their bank account and thinking about their investment. And hello church reality check, how are you doing? Maybe the Igbos, they'll be thinking differently from maybe the Yorubas or whatever. But for him to be making this statement saying that the Igbos are stingy when it comes to giving to God, it is very tribalistic. to even start with. So let's now talk about the other person on the other side. So I'm going to be giving you an example of an Igbo person. Of course, indeed, what you say here is right. I'm not really taking time to look at his church most times, but when I see these kind of things, trending, I'm like, like, why would he be making such a statement in his church? And his only excuse is that, oh, my church, of course, even though his church is a Yoruba church or he's a Yoruba pastor, that he allows them to sing Igbo songs. I'm like, okay, because you allow them to sing Igbo songs, does that mean that you should call them out this way because maybe you're not getting more money from them? How do you know this? Maybe you have been checking your tithe or checking the register of money coming, and then you are not seeing them bringing more money. Or maybe when you do all those your come and sow $1,000 seed, or come and sow $10 billion seed, they are not raising their hands when you know that they have fat pockets. Because of course, for him to be saying this, that means he runs a profile of those in his church and knows that these Igbo people, they have money, but they're not bringing the money. Because for him to be making these statements in church, the Igbos, he said here, the Igbo believe in God, and it takes God for an Igbo guy to give, because he cannot work on their mind. And him saying that 90% of Christians, that Igbos are 90% Christians, but no mega church. Majority of Igbos are not Pentecostals. These people do not know. Igbo people say when it comes to this whole giving in church and then taking, oh, Jesus is Lord. Before an Igbo man gives an amount of money in church, he must have had that money maybe 10 times. I will not have 10 naira and I'll go and give 5 naira. Before I give 5 naira, that means I have like 50 naira. Because there are other things that he's going to be using maybe money for or something. So, this whole idea of, give sacrificially, kinikiniko, you should give, of course, from your free will. But when you are coming to attack a particular tribe, then there's an agenda right there. I don't know if you understand. So saying this particular statement here is very, very... So let me give you an example right here, okay? All of you know this particular man here called Obi Cubana. Okay, of course, we are mostly Catholic. We are not really, most of us are not Pentecostal. Thank you very much, Rachel. Of course, we are mostly Catholic. So I'm going to be showing you an example right now. You're going to be seeing a live example of Obi Cubana. It happened this year. Okay, so you guys would know who this person is. While I add him, okay. Let me wait. Okay, you guys know who this person is right now. This is Obi Cubana. Okay, he was very popular recently as to what happened in during his mother's burial. Okay, as you can see him right now, he's standing with a group of men, of which, of course, maybe they're in the Cubana group. There's an actor also right there. This was July last year. July last year during his mother's burial, ending of July. Where he's standing right now is where he's going to be erecting a church. Where he's standing right now is where he's Anglican. Yes, okay, very good. Thank you for that, Valentine, Andy, for the... Yeah, but I'm saying that mostly Igbos are Orthodox. Mostly Igbos are Orthodox. Many Igbos are not Pentecostals, because I know this myself, okay? So thank you for that correction there, Valentine. I never said it was Catholic. I said many Igbos are Orthodox, okay? Catholic, Anglican, Methodist, all those kind of things, yeah? So what happened right here was that at this point, he was standing here with this man. At that place he's standing there, he's going to be erecting a church, an entire building, him and his couple of friends, in his community. This is right now, you're going to be listening to the audio, because right now I have this video was taken last year when he erected the church, and after the church was erected and then commissioned this year. So an Igbo person is building an entire church. Is there any other tribe that will come and build an entire church? And you open your vocal cavity and say that Igbo, because maybe in your church right there, the Igbos, they are not, are not allowing themselves to be cajoled by the mentality that maybe some Pentecostals are using to brainwash people's brain to collect all the money they have in their pocket. You are there wearing Gucci and Dolce and Gabbana, and you expect that Igbo man to sit down and he's looking at you, feeling good, feeling fly, collecting money for God. Oh, congratulations, oh. He has a family to feed. He has businesses to run. But this is Obi Cubana right now. He's about to talk about what he's going to do before the end of last year. This is around July thereabout. So let's look at it together. Okay. So I'm going to play right now and then we see it together. Okay.
So today we have resolved that by December we finish this church. In memory of raising them in memory of we are probably here in 6 months. For the after service. So I'm sure the video is gonna be here. These men here, I won't disclose their names or identity, but God will use them. We finish this church in record time. Thank you.
You know, like this happened. He said his word in 6 months. God is going to use him and those men. So these men came together. Do you know what it means to build an entire church, as in to erect a building? And a human being from somewhere said that Igbo Christians are stingy. And you are someone that has attention. You are someone that controls you have attention on the media. And you open your mouth because of what is going on in your church or whatever to say that Igbo Christians are stingy, that he had to take God for them to give. He now even went on to pray a prayer that, what is that prayer again? He said, let me look at it here on my other computer right here. He said, I just don't understand how these churches, he said some people find it hard to give because they hustle to get that money. He now said, in the name of Jesus, the hustle has ceased in your life. Are you normal? What kind of prayer is that? Okay. I know the idea of hustling is more of like, there's a way you can be working in comfort. You will not call that like hustle, like you're really trying to, make cash or something. There's a way you could be, hustle could be more of like you're juggling a couple of different things to just try to make ends meet. Maybe like say you two get, but you get But say you do Obi Cubana level, you understand, you have investments there and money is just coming to you like that. You get what I mean? But for him to be saying this and making these statements categorically, this is an example of someone here, 6 months. In 6 months, this was July last year. Let's look at what happened in December. Like he said, in 6 months. So after that, this is what happened.
I never got to work alone in 6 months. Not 4.5 months. So but I'm trying now. Yeah, I'm on my bro.
That's I got you good, yeah.
What are you? So this is the old.
This is the new.
To the glory of God.
Can you compare the old to the new? Look at the old, how it was looking like. Let me show you, because I don't know how some people just open their vocal cavity because they have microphone. They have microphone and they have congregation. That's why I keep telling you guys, see, attention, you don't play with attention. Right now, who knows BMO George? Nobody. I'm just on YouTube here trying to make you guys understand things. Maybe if I was someone like maybe him or whatever, if I say something, Instablog will carry it. But when this kind of person that runs a congregation says something, Instablog will carry it. And this is how tribal whatever starts. Maybe in the church right now, Yoruba people will be looking at Igbo people in a particular way. And we are the ones that are giving to build the church. You people are here, stingy, you don't bring. When pastor says you should bring, you don't bring. And all of everything you will say. If he came out and said in his church, okay, guys, I've been asking you guys to give money. You people, you don't want to give money. You people should try and improve, increase your giving. But for you to come and then segment a particular tribe and say Igbos are stingy when it comes to giving to God because they are hustlers, because you are hustling, does it mean that you cannot give to? What kind of? I don't understand. But this is someone that is an example right here. Maybe the Igbos in your church, like he said, that they don't allow their mind to be worked on. Maybe he has been preaching tight, whether not tight or pante or whatever. He had been preaching whatever, and he's not entering their brain. So he had to now come and say what is in his medulla there, openly in church. Hello, Emmanuel Ignatius, welcome. DOG, welcome. I was disappointed. Let me read this comment. I hus okay. Hello Anna Jojo. I hustle to make money, but you want my money, Abi. You see that? I was disappointed in him. I don't expect that from someone who I think his thinking capability is top notch. Of course, why would you expect that? It's like sometimes it's annoying. Okay, for me right now, because I am Igbo, of course, you understand. I'll feel it in a particular way, but I don't have to look at it like okay, because it's. But just look at it. Have an open mind. If you are in a church setting, if you are in a church where everyone is supposed to be one, and then I come and say, "Hey, you black people in this church, they don't like giving. Only white people like giving." How are you going to feel? Are you not bringing division in the body already? And then when I open my mouth and talk, you say that, George, you are bringing division in the body of Christ. You don't want people to go to church again. This is an example of somebody, an Igbo person, Cubana, everybody knows. He built an entire church with his friends in 6 months. In 6 months, not 6 years, 6 months. Can you compare the old church to the new church? Can you compare? Look at the old church here. Look at the old church. Can you compare this one to this one? This is not like Ikoyi building that collapsed how many days? This is not the Ikoyi building. When Igbo man carry man put for something, one open IPA decking 100, IPA decking as in a PI of more. Sorry, I just spoke Igbo right now. Fatoyinbo is using guilt by saying it. He knows in our pride we want to prove ourselves opposite. Of course, that's how they brainwash, hoping their statement to make you, of course, feel a certain way. That is it. I've always told you guys to control human beings, just two things: fear and guilt. And because this person is already in power, is someone in a particular position, you feel like he's a demi. He hear God speak to him, kini, anything they say. Oh yeah. So more of like maybe he might be saying this to motivate them, but me right now on the outside looking at it, I'm like, are you serious? That's why I used to say these things. When people like these that have attention to themselves, like pastors are, if there's a way they can just close that their church, just do that thing, whatever they're doing, whatever evil they're doing, whatever sakamaje they're doing, let them do it inside their church. Let it not come outside. But when you know that you're a public figure like this, you are held accountable for the things that you say, for the things that you do. Because people, like now, if I make a video right now about him now, all his followers will come and start attacking me and saying this and saying that and saying that, because they are die-hard fans. Are you getting me now? So if you know you can be making these statements that can be interpreted in different ways, why would you let these kind of things out? You are saying it to your church member, for you to say Igbos. Maybe you could have said, oh, my Igbos in my church. But for you to say a general statement like that, it's just so crazy. And I just wonder to myself, what is really going on in the faith? Now, this is someone that built a church in his own community in 6 months. An Igbo person, an Igbo person. I know, of course, it makes sense. Anajo just says here, he's speaking because he gets it easily and don't care about others, of course. So you expect that Igbo man, you have called them hustlers, and you have now prayed for them. May their hustle cease in this life. Oh, you don't want them to hustle again, so they should go hungry. Life is in stages. There's a time you be hustling, but you go hustle, reach one stage, can't get balance. Where we say you don't get investment everywhere. You go now come there, But so if they expect person where they hustle, if you're expecting someone that is hustling to now take this small hustle and come and give you because you are the one that have access to God, you think he does not have head. That same brain is using to hustle. That same brain is using to try to calculate here, check expenses, check how much profit. Because I don't know whether Yoruba people they do like that, but I'm not ever a tribalistic person, because he was the one that brought the whole I am the only Yoruba pastor that even allow Igbo songs. No Yoruba pastor allow Igbo songs like COZA. And it's the only thing you can come up with is choir. Maybe that your choir sing Igbo songs. That's all you can come up with that you do for them. So because you have been singing Igbo songs in your choir, that means they should carry their money that they have and be giving to you, that you have to call them stingy. So you mean after calling them stingy now, they will come and open their pocket and be pouring money on you. and you know they are hustlers, or maybe you have a particular person you are talking to in that church whom you know that maybe government don't give them contract, or maybe the person is Obi Cubana's friend and is not bringing money. You want to just you could open your mouth, wow, and say Igbo people are stingy. But this is someone here that built a church, erected a church with his friends, Igbos, in 6 months. Let's go on. Now, the person that will be walking in right now here, some of you might know him, but his name is he's a very, I would say, a very rich Nigerian as well. He came to honor the opening of that particular church, Prince Engineer Author Eze. Okay, so let's get to see that. You see that? So the man you saw that just walked in there is it's a very well-to-do Igbo man. I don't know, like for him to say this, I'm just it's just funny. Okay, now let's look at the church. Okay, see, oh God, I'm gonna say something after this short clip. I'm gonna. That is him conducting the choir. That is him conducting the choir of the church. I don't know if you are getting something from this live stream of me reacting. The name of the pastor is, the name is on the title of this video. Pastor Fatoyinbo. 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 I don't know how to pronounce his name. For him to come out and say this. Now, this is someone in July last year when the mom died, they had the mom's burial. He said on a live stream, on a video, sorry, in this video here, he stood with his friends and said, in memory of the mother, he was going to erect a new church in 6 months with his friends. In 6 months, he erected the build. This is someone that the pastor opened his mouth and said that Igbo people are stingy.
My bro.
This is the church he erected. If you cannot compare it to the old one, look at the old one there, down there. If you were going to this old church right here, if you're going to this old church right here and you wake up one day and then you are in this big church, will you not be happy? Let's not talk about whether is me. I'm not someone. If you know me personally, I'm not. I don't believe in all these religious dichotomies we have, Anglican, Methodist, because it's all of these arguments, disagreements here and there that led to all these breakaways we have. But here still we are talking about the same Bible, different doctrine, different mindset, different go to go here and there. So I don't do all these dichotomies or whatever. So whether it's Anglican or whatever, whether it's Anglican, whether it's Orthodox, whether it's Pentecostal or whatever, for him to make that open statement and say that Igbos are stingy when it comes to giving to God or whatever, this is someone that is an Igbo person in the socialite as well, a public figure like him that built church in 6 months. I don't know, but is there maybe any other? Because last time I was watching Bishop Oyedepo, he was talking about how people sow seed of 1 million billion for ark. What? This is someone that went and built the church by himself. He went and built it, not like by himself, but with his friends. So I don't understand why a pastor will be opening his vocal cavity and saying some kind of things. When I saw this on Insta blog, I was like, are you serious? Like, are you serious? So please, my dear one, I've told you people, see, your pastors can say anything. You see that money way there for your pocket? Someone will now come and say, they're working in the house of God, so they're supposed to be chopped. I am not against you freely in your own free will or giving to church. Or have you ever seen me? I know that me and you, I don't agree in that tithe principle, but I don't tell you that you should not give, because churches themselves that are run by human beings. You can understand. If churches were to be run the way they were run in the Bible, people used to go to have meetings in people's homes. There were no established locations like this that we have today. All of that was all of that was broken with the person of Jesus. So the apostles themselves were meeting in homes. If you are meeting in my house today, amazing, wonderful, I take care of my house. What's the essence of, even when they when donations were made, givings were done, it was for the body itself. But now they will tell you to bring it into storehouse, the storehouse of Oga. Now Oga go decide how he could take distribute them. Maybe if you use and buy Tosha and Gabana, or use and buy Jet, or be use and buy Rolls Royce, or use and Kini, however you want to use it. Yes, he's using it for God. But I don't come and tell you don't give. If you want to give, want to give, that is where you are being blessed. For him to be giving right now to the church by building the church himself, is it a bad thing? It's a good thing. This is where maybe this is where he's being blessed. This is what he's doing for his church. Maybe he grew up in this community or something. But for you to open your mouth and say that Igbos do not like giving or they're stingy, it doesn't make sense. Let me read some of your comments. He said Igbos do not have anything to prove to that crest pastor. Okay. Uh, um, well, well, in my village in Delta, there's a man called Eta Enaro. He's a businessman. He built an Anglican church himself. The opening was attended by the governor of Delta, Femi Kayode, and then Omoagege and others. Imagine that. Imagine that. And oh my God. I don't know. Maybe the Igbos in his church, they don't want to be brainwashed. That is why. Nigga Amandi Igbo. Of course now. Hey God. And so what's up? Even if Igbos don't give, they are the ones that say do not judge. So what is he doing now? Of course. They're the ones that come and say, if you talk about them, they say, don't judge. If I open my mouth and talk and say, oh, this pastor said this A, this pastor said B, oh yeah, you people, what do you think? They will say, oh, you are judging. Don't talk. Don't open your mouth. Don't say. What is he doing right now? Is it judgment or me myself? When I make videos right here, I ask questions. Some people don't really understand how my videos are, but because they see a particular name, they're already worked up in their emotions. Hey God, what is he saying? He's judging. What is even judging? Look at, he has said here, Igbos are stingy. Categorically, he has given his reason that they don't want their minds to be worked on because they are hustlers. They feel like they can. He has said it. It is a clear statement. If have I ever come here and say, some person is a fake man of God. Some person is Sakamaji. Even if I come out and I'm analyzing something and I will tell you that this, okay, this is why I think this is why I think this is this, but I don't define the person as not being of God or whatever. I just stay in a limbo on that, focus on the facts, talk about it, and I go my way. But he has clearly judged right now and said that Igbos are stingy, they're not generous when they're giving to God. But this is someone that is in the social light as well here, who built a church in 6 months in his community. What will he say about this one? You guys can decide that. Just for you to see what is happening in our country, just to get money, just for people to give money, you want to manipulate them, to tribalize. They impose the money on their followers because they know that if they tell you free will, most people will not give. So they of course. If you say free will, nobody will even mind you. So they have to look for ways to make it more of like a law that you have to give. That's why if you just attack where their source of livelihood comes from, they want to finish you. So I know that no matter how I try to open people's eyes and analyze some of the things I see, the statements they make or whatever, some people will just choose to remain in their closed medulla. Is that my business? I'll just do what I have to do and then stay in my own way. Because it just doesn't make sense. Later they will say, George, you are dividing the body of Christ. You are judging the pastor. You are this and that. Is this not division alone already? That you come in your church and call a particular tribe and say that they don't like, it's very hard for the Akagom. They don't like to remove money and give to church. And the only thing you can open your mouth and say as a pastor is that there's no Yoruba pastor that plays Igbo songs like him, the COZA, like it is like it is done in COZA. Only choir, that is your only achievement though, that you can give them, so that they'll be bringing money. For you to be saying this about the Igbos in your church, imagine. And it is out there that the Igbo, oh God, all these pulpit bandits that we have these days, no, please take it easy, oh, please. The economy itself is not friendly. An Igbo man will think of his family, think of his children abroad, think of his so maybe you think that the Igbos in your church, that they have too much money. Some of them, their children are abroad, and money exchange rate now no be is not friendly at all. Oh. So right now the things are high. So if they're not bringing the money you are expecting them, please suffer. Oh. Before you come and be saying, be blowing grammar that you don't understand. You say Igbo people, they don't give, they don't. Ah, God have mercy. Me, I just, oh God. How much money does the pulpit scammer give out to the Igbos? Oh, he knows how to collect, but never how to give. Awomole. Parawo. Of course, they always, if it's how to collect, oh no, they know how to. They know the conversations to have. They know how to put you in that particular mental state. They know how to, when they're talking like this, they know how to play the organ and take you into motivational speech mode, and they'll speak oh God. Me, that's what oh Lord. See, if these people don't post these things that they post on social media, I will not have anything to say. I don't talk. Do I go and bring things that are not there already on social media? But when I bring these things out and I talk about them, boo, they will just change. They will change it for me. Oh, this one there, master, it vexed me. Oh, God. I know that's very bad, because he's trying to make us the bad egg. Of course, of course. The Igbos believe in developing a nation by helping their people and not promoting charlatans. That is a fact. That I will not lie to you. That is a fact. Like we would rather invest in our people more of like let me tell you, like my father, yeah. We have raised about, if my counting is not wrong, about 5 to 6 people. Like my father will go to the village, yeah, pick people from the village. Just like we have been talking about Suleiman right here on the channel, yeah. My father will go to the village, pick people from the village, bring them to the city, put them in his house. They will serve in his shops. Not one, not two. They will serve in his shops after, with a agreement, after like 8 years or 9 years, depending. Some of them 6. He will open a shop for you, give you a house. You do the same business. So with that, he's empowered, because that was how he himself also started. He was picked when he was very young, after primary school, brought to the city, and he went through the same process. So because of that mind he has brought people, many people he has today that are established, that are doing their business fine. Tomorrow himself, he can never like say he's going hungry. Why? Because those that he helped, one day they are going to also, they will always remember him. You think Obi Cubana, the way he is right now with the people that he has helped, that one day he will just go dry. No, people that he has helped, one day just look at him building an entire church for his community, and you open your vocal cavity and say that Igbos are stingy. They don't give to. I would rather give to a human being, add value to that person, to become self-sustainable, than carry my money and come and give you that I don't even know whether you are giving it to the God that you are saying that you are giving it to, whether you are using it to buy your Dolce and Gabbana and be flexing life there. I'd rather take that money and add value to the next person next to me, so that person would have a future tomorrow, something to feed on, because I see that you're already comfortable. So the Igbo mentality is different from maybe that's why he chose to attack the Igbos squarely. Okay, from the Igbo, they don't want to bring money, but they have money. They are driving Rolls Royce, they are driving G-Wagon, but we are not seeing the money. We are using our money for something maybe worthwhile or something. Maybe the next thing now, he will tell the Igbos to stop coming to his church or something. Maybe it will get to that point, but I hope it doesn't get to that point. But making a statement like this is very tribalistic. Very, very tribalistic. You get? I'm not saying this because I am just Igbo. I'm just saying this myself based on the fact that I'm seeing division here. Just this one no be like say it vex me like that, but because I'm Igbo person now, and this thing was just it was just recently I saw this video. So imagine that. So these people now, if you saw the church they were going to before in that community, till tomorrow, till years to come, so far as they keep going to that church to worship God, to fellowship or something, they will always remember Obi Cubana and what he started and how this church got to be the way it is. Do you think that the priest of this church will wake up from the left side of his bed, enter the pulpit and say, "Ha, Igbo people, kai, they are very stingy"? It's not possible. But this community right now, look at how everybody is shining. Look at how their clothes is shining. The other church that they were going to was the way it was looking brown. Let me show you in case people don't know what the church was before we got here.
My bro. That's it.
Look at the new church. Look at the old one.
What are you? So this is the old?
This is the new.
To the glory of God.
This, look, God, Jesus. This is something that is very unforgettable. See church now, see church where knack. Where we say, even if the parish priest is going there to go and preach, God, he's just no, yeah. Every day he's praying like this, blessings. The blessings that you see, if you look for an interview, if you have the time, because I watch all these things. Me, I have the time. Look for an interview that Obi Cubana had with this pastor that is in the UK, the one they call Louis Vuitton pastor, Gucci pastor. Look for the interview between two of them. It's on YouTube here. Listen to the conversation that two of them had. He even got to a point when they were about to start. The pastor asked Obi Cubana to pray. Obi Cubana look at him and say, me, you're asking me to pray. Me, I sell drink. And you people say drinking is not good. You should be the one to pray. You are the pastor. Me, I'm not the pastor. This Obi Cubana you see right here. But even ask yourself, what is his source of livelihood? Let's sit down and just even think about this thing, because you see, when I try to talk about something, when I try to have an open mind, when I try to have an open mind when I'm talking about certain things, some people wonder, George, this one, George self Christ, George even a Christian or something. Like when I talk about secular things, because I'm a free thinker, I don't put myself in a box. What is Obi Cubana's source of livelihood? Have you even asked yourself that question? This is someone that runs clubs, not just one, not two. This is someone that runs hotel. If you watch my video about a pastor here, it's on this channel, the pastor that came out and was speaking about Obi Cubana, and oh, Jesus is Lord. It's on this channel right here. If you search for it, you'll find it where we were talking about his source of wealth, and the pastor was talking about his source of wealth and how he started his life to become who he is right now. That video is very extensive. Even the pastor himself said that he's almost is about to run his own hotel. He's about to start his own hotel. Wait, let me find the video here on YouTube. Maybe we are going to understand what I'm saying. So let me find it here on my channel. So I play the video and we see it together. It's very interesting. Let me just find it right now on my channel. Obi Cubana, I think I found the video. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be sharing the screen. So I play the video so you see what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, so let's share the screen right now. So you see what because I wanted to talk about it, but I'm like, okay, let me just share it so that you get to see what I'm talking about right now. So I'm going to be sharing the screen for you. Let me read some of the comments before we get there. So Amalek says here, people are being to see through them. Yes. Igbo man will go to mass, go to 6 a.m. mass, and you go to his shop. Of course, me, I went through that myself. I will not lie to you. Every day when I was at home, I used to go to shop as early as 6:30. I'll go to mass 6. That time I used to serve mass. I'll go to mass 6 in the morning. 6 start after mass immediately before 7:30. I'm already in shop. I don't open shop, sweep everywhere. They wait for customer. So you understand what's up? They want us to give them money while they have money already. Is that no wickedness? I don't even know. Uh, Sarah Frank says, BRG, this is manipulation of the high so that they use their pulpit for fine fine para. Igbos are no more ignorant. That is what is paining him. Forget about him, please. Of course, me, these people say they are disgracing themselves. What what Cubana did, of course, what he did there is very unforgettable. Wow, what a wonderful masterpiece! It's far more better than the old one. May God continue to bless Cubana. Of course, God will bless him. Ah, Um, you know, say Moreno said here. Yes, Pastor Ratabi. Moreno said that he made a mistake by saying that I'm not Igbo, but I know Igbos are nation builders, as you said. Of course, of course. So let me show you a video here that I made um, some time ago here on the channel. So let me share the screen with you guys, and then you get to see what it is I'm talking about. Share screen. Okay. 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 Let me just find the screen, Chrome tab, and then I select the screen. Okay. All right. So I believe you can see the screen right now. Okay. So let's share the screen together and then we get to play it and see. Oh, advertisement. Sorry, let me just.
Your next video. Motionary offers you more than 500,000 templates, music.
Okay. India. Okay, so like, let's look at the video together. But first of all, let me just tell you something about the way I make videos. Okay, when I make videos, first of all, I try to use the first 1 minute to just draw your attention. So if someone clicks on this video to watch it, the person would think that Obi Cubana did ritual money, blah blah blah. Because I try to first of all build curiosity when I start a video to keep you watching. If not, I'm not gonna have your attention. So let's start this video and you see what I'm talking about. Okay.
Okay, Cubana. Okay, you know him.
We must learn the lesson.
Obi Cubana is one of Nigeria's from the East amazing billionaire. Maybe he's a trillionaire. We don't know how much he's worth. A lot of things have been said about his source of wealth. Some people have said he's a ritualist. Some people have said he went to India to do some kind of whatever. Some people even said that he used his own mom for rituals. I've seen a lot of things here on YouTube, and as a YouTuber, sometimes there are some things I ignore, but there are some things I decide to do a dig further. And I stumbled upon this video by Prophet Ritabi. Okay, yes, you say it's from the Eastern BC, but the way he was preaching about the person of Obi Cubana,
We must learn the lesson.
I got to learn something from that, which I believe if you watch this video, you're going to learn something from it. I'm someone here that I love to share. Anything I share with you on the platform here, just know that it's that thing that most times is what I believe in, okay? I'm entitled to share whatever I want to share on my platform. I think we should agree on that, okay? So watch this particular message and I'll be back with my comments.
God gave you the Eastern developer minister.
We must learn the lesson.
And God gave the North ruler minister. And God gave the West educational ministers. It blends. You can't fight it. The money you people have, the Easterners, you don't have governor, you don't have political power. But your money only in the East can buy the whole world. One person in East can pay the loan Nigeria is owing. They are blessed. People talk like Cubana. If Cubana, I don't know him, has a dubious way, he won't spend that money, but he won't like to implicate himself. These guys are making big time in hotel business. I know what I'm building hotel now. Hotel business guy. You think this kind of local hotel?
Exactly.
There are hotels that big people come. One bottle of wine is 1 million.
Did you? I don't know if you guys heard that. Okay. Now this is a pastor building a hotel. He's going. I don't know. Wait. Let me see something. I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard what he said. Like, this is a pastor that is building a hotel. Like, this is a pastor that is building a hotel. I don't know if someone is going to tell me in the comments that, oh, what he's doing is a sin. Pastors are not supposed to own hotels, or maybe pastors are not supposed to run businesses or whatever. But this is a typical Igbo man. Like, this is a, I don't know if you're getting the point of what I am saying right now, because when I try to be realistic with my thoughts, some people are just, I don't know where their brain come from. This is a pastor, maybe getting the inspiration from him, from Obi Cubana or whatever. Obi Cubana himself, he runs hotels, he runs clubs, like night clubs. I don't know if you guys had the news last time that someone died outside his club. People drink and then things happen. This is someone that rolls with the Bonner Boys, the Whiskey, the rest of them. We are just talking about where this money is coming from right now. But business is business. So because right now, when it now comes to things like this, you will now start saying, okay, uh, uh, are Christians supposed to run some kind of businesses or something? The Igbo people now that this Pastor Fatoyinbo now are saying that they're not giving, they're not bringing money to church, or they're stingy. Does he even know he's calling them hustlers? Does he even know the kind of hustle they do? Because our pastors that even if you are doing drug money, if you bring it, they will collect it. Even if they know that what you are doing is something illegal. Have you not seen videos on YouTube or on Instagram where G boys, Yahoo boys, that they take money, go to church, and they're spraying on pastor, and pastor is jumping and dancing and jumping and screaming and this. The next news we hear the next day is that this particular person has been arrested by EFCC or whatever. But pastor was there in church dancing and screaming, and that spoil him money, heaps of money. I don't know if you are getting the point. Okay, Abba says here for him, a pastor should not build a hotel. Interesting. Because when I try to look at these people as human beings as they are, some people demify them. This is a pastor that is building a hotel. He's going into hotel business, yo. Oh, okay, a pastor should not build a hotel. You see, at this point, you see, this way we now have this whole Europe. I don't know. See, oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even know how to even start talking about this. The Europeanization of Africans has made Africans sometimes not to even have a mind of their own, to even think of how to emancipate themselves from religious ideologies. There's certain things that if I say, you'll be, but I try to really put myself in perspective, so I don't hurt some people's feelings, because my mindset I must tell you, my mindset is way different from everyone's mindset. But I try to stay on perspective and say, okay, I'm analyzing trends, I analyze and I move on. But before we continue the video, let me read some of your comments, okay? So, so someone says here, but I don't understand what you as a pastor will be preaching that will now lead to saying Igbos are stingy, just like Salvation Ministry GO saying Anglican does not do charity. They don't have investment. Oh, okay. So some of you really know things that happen in church. Because for me, I've been on the sideline observing over time. It's just that right now I'm just coming out to talk, but I know all of these conversations that happen between churches and these different denominations have. For me, a pastor should not build a hotel. Interesting. Gucci pastor that already raped this particular news right now is not yet, it just came and then went like this. Whether it happened or not happen, I know they how you get. Maybe it was a good thing for me not to be around at that time to analyze it. If not, I would have opened people in. But let me just leave it like that, the way it do. No. Our Gucci pastor. Okay, let's look at what Emmanuel had to say. Pastors are very sure to run hotels because the ministry is not business. Forget about what those thieves are doing. Pastors can run hotels and they have people to manage for them and face the ministry. Interesting, of course. Because for me, I believe, you see, if we can now define the kind of businesses, because for you to run a business, you are meeting a particular need. Obi Cubana runs hotels, runs clubs, imports drinks, even sometimes in his own name. You will see how he explains Obi Cubana's business right here. Let's just go on so that you get to understand what I'm talking about, okay? God is not against pastors running hotels. Interesting. The Igbo Christians are not stingy. The scale just dropped off their eyes. They just realized that they should not be giving their money. Oh, yeah, I've laughed so hard for him to come to church like this openly to say this. Yeah, hey, it must have touched him. As in, this one is called stories that touch. But let's go on with what Rita B had to say.
We must learn a lesson.
One bottle of wine. And once they go to England to produce it, it can be in their hand, convert to Nigeria, almost 30,000. They are making almost 900 and something. I beg, keep quiet.
He shock you.
You didn't say money. Here, why they? Now, amen, hallelujah. Why they give me money? Jesus Christ gave business. I gave business. What they do?
He shock you.
Amen, hallelujah, amen, amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. See what in hallelujah go come out. See ya. Amen, hallelujah. Amen, hallelujah. Amen.
We
Amen,
must learn
hallelujah.
a lesson.
It's crazy.
That is it. Rita Bai is not a lazy man. I hustle in the Lord to lift the name of God. So you see why, if you must envy me properly. I'm a full Nigerian. Igbo man is a full Nigerian. That's why they can go any country and develop.
If you're a content creator,
Okay.
you really need to start.
Okay, I don't know why this. You see, I don't control the advertisement on YouTube. Okay, so don't mind YouTube and the advertisement. Okay, but you're gonna play that after the advert. But I just wanted to understand what is going on right here. He is talking about the fact that even though he runs a church, which is what he does, it doesn't stop him from running his own business. He hustles in the Lord and hustles in business. Don't laugh. Christine, you are laughing. Christine is laughing here. What is hotel? A place of rest. Anybody can venture into it. Thank Akin. Akin just thought in my brain. Because when once you think of hotel now, our other brain will go to Eba Nirioro now. Our brain will go to Eba dormire, to sleep. Hotel is a place of rest. You get? But once you just hear hotel like this, hey, our mind will go to the nege. Just like maybe when I make a video about a pastor or something, everybody is just thinking negative because they think I am coming to talk about something negative, not knowing that I just come here to ask questions. I present what they say and I ask you questions. You understand? You get? Christine is laughing. Matthias said, for Igbo love themselves. Has opened the eye. Of course, Igbos, of course, we love ourselves. But let's continue with the video so you get to see what he had to say. Let me just keep this
Using artists, royalty-free music and sound effects license.
Okay.
That's why I have given Dauda. I'll give your husband a lunch. He must build house in Mbise. Amen. He's my son. I will take him to Mbise so that we will have one plateau where they speak. No problem, my daughter. That's Rita Bai. A good Nigeria is to put that anywhere you develop. No, believe me, I'm not saying because I'm from the East. Easterners are true Nigerians. They develop anywhere they see. Anywhere. It will go small. Okay, Cubana. Okay, you know him. Okay, I can name. I can name. He said he was in Abuja. You know Cubana, when they were selling small kiosks, he was selling fish. In Gorimpa. Okay. If they hear them. Now wait, don't they suffer, they suffer. God can't lift them. I'll say, no, we go call her one now. You may borrow a jug, but if I bought it fair when. I got it fair when nagging and nagging. You see, I don't castigate people. I'm a man of God that as God bless you, I reference you. I say, now you try you. I won't envy you. Why should I envy you? You have your own, I have my own. Your own is big, my own will soon grow. It go big one day. Is it not true? But I will say good, waiting I see. None of never see person get money, and I go hate them. Obola, nah, ojere India. Indian people were hungry, they kill Indian people, hungry.
I don't know how I even sat down to make this video. You know what you guys don't know, see, every day like this, like maybe sometimes before I go to bed, I just pick one channel. I follow, you see, all these our deals, I follow all the channels. I just pick one. I just sit down and listen to the sermon because even right here where I did for China, like so, like not be like say church. So my church is on YouTube here. You get? I learn a lot from. So like this is where my church is. So this is where my everything happens. I have two channels I run. Like some of you know my other channel. So I'm always creating. I'm always consuming because I consume. I create. That is me. So I listened to all these people. So I was live on the Sunday service when he was preaching this. I was live listening to him. I was like, wow, this is something interesting. I think I need to share this. That's how come I know what is happening in this church, where this what because I follow all of this. You understand? Not as if I listen because okay, right now, am I castigating Rita B right now? No, I'm sharing what is taught because I to some extent agree with what he says right here. I don't know if you're getting the point. What is the point of envying someone? What is the point of but our Fatoyinbo will open his vocal cavity and say because maybe the Igbos are not bringing the money there. He open his mouth and say the Igbos are stingy. But you have looked at Cubana here. This is someone right now that in church service, so after he was preaching normally, then he now started talking about Cubana and his success and how he started, how he became who he is right now today that people know. You understand? But when he was there, when he was silently making his money and all that, nobody knew him until when this his mother's burial that he now came out and became more of like, people started on his Instagram alone, Cubana has 2.5 million followers. Imagine that. You understand? Before, Obi Cubana was just there on the sideline. The person that everybody knew was Cubana chief priest, the fat one. But now Cubana chief priest himself has his own, clubs, has his own businesses is running right now. But they were all together before in one group. So the Igbos themselves, when you come see, just like I've been talking about, if you check my other channel, I've been talking about this whole Nigeria and Ghana beef that has been happening about Shatawale, Burna Boy, and things. My my interest cuts across anything that is trending, but I cannot be posting those kind of videos here because over time, the people right here on Being Real George have psyched me to be more of like a religious critic, even though I just talk about things happening in church. So I have to take my other interest to another channel where the people there they have a particular mindset about me. On TikTok, I'm a different person entirely. So on different social media, tomorrow, if I want to start talking about, let's say, just politics, I'll just open a different channel about politics and I talk about politics only. But what am I trying to make you understand right here? The Igbos themselves, we are not stingy. We shall have brain. Our brain is working. If you look at what is happening right now in Nigeria, which part of the tribe, which tribe is making noise about separating Nigeria, or which part even feel marginalized is the Igbos. This Biafra, is the Igbos. We are go-getters. We hustle. If you go to any country, you don't see an Igbo man. You can even talk Nigerian. If you go to any country, you don't see Igbo person. Leave that country. That country, there's no greener pasture there. We are just like the Israelites. We are traveling everywhere. We are seekers by nature. But not like say we stingy. If Cubana feed open, remove money, build church. Build church. Ha God. See, even in my church, when I was back home in Nigeria, yeah, when they are talking about a day that my father will make it to church, a day he will make it to church, and they are doing all this launching, bazaar. When once my father can buy, they may be doing harvest. Maybe my father can buy maybe pen for like 1 million or 2 million. You understand? That giving is there. Why? Because if that Igbo person loves that church, it's not like when the Igbo person don't love the church, wahala. But if that Igbo man loves that church he's going to, he can give wholeheartedly, even more than whatever you call tithe or offering. But maybe the Igbo men in his church, maybe the Igbo men in Pastor Fatoyinbo's church or whatever, maybe they just follow their wife who are, because say women and Pentecostal church now 5 and 6. I'm not dissing women, but I'm just saying that all these things where they happen sometimes that women they drag men go church. Maybe the men that have been dragged by their women to that place, they are not really feeling what is happening there, so they're not bringing money. I'm just assuming this right now. I don't know if you're getting the point. So looking at this right now, it's just so funny. But let's just finish the video because he said a couple of things right here. I think. Okay.
Water they pack them. They say India. If India get money, they will go America and they beg for food.
We must learn a lesson.
India, Ogbo India. Anybody will make money go say Ogbo. You go Kuala Ogbo. Ogbo. Kai. Chido, they show me that video, I shock. See how they catapult money? Hey, like this, just watch like this. Now like so. Now they catapult them. They throw money. Then I watch the video. They throw them money. He carry chest money. I say God, bless my member like this.
You see that particular statement he made there? Oh God, God bless my member like this. You can look at that particular statement in two ways. Okay, God bless my members like this so that they will throw money on me like this, or God bless my members this way so that they would be able to empower themselves and have a good life like this. You can look at it in both sides. See, if I'm analyzing something now, I will present to you both sides of how I think about that. It could, what he said right there, that God bless my members like this, after showing I'm not the one that played that video of Obi Cubana. In his own video, that is how they played it there. So if I'm to look at it in both sides, it could mean that God bless my members like this, so that they will be throwing money on me and I'll be kicking it. Or God bless my member like this, so that they will be able to have a good life the way he's having. You see? So you can now make your interpretation of whatever he meant by what he said there. But in the whole idea, what he was talking about was just the idea of when an Igbo person has money, they see did ritual money, all of those kind of things. You understand? Okay. So I think that will be the. Let me see. I think that is just all of it. I don't know if he has something else to say.
God, bless my member like this. Child. Amen. Hey, you go get that, my son. With your height now, Buhari. With your height now, cancel it. With your height, you can't carry dollar. Come face me. They threw him like this. Hallelujah. Are you happy? Please always celebrate good things. Ndi boy. Love your fellow brother. Abba. If God bless your brother, celebrate him. Ndi boy. Abba.
Okay, that's too much ads for me. All right, so let me know. I'm gonna be reading your comments right now. I think let me stop sharing the screen right now. So I'm gonna be reading your comments as maybe you wrap up this. I don't know if you learned something from what we have talked about today. So let me read your comments as to what has been going on. Okay, let me read the comments from Emmanuel says here, ministry is not business. So even Jesus Christ was a carpenter, and Apostle Paul was a tent maker. The apostles, some of them were carpenters, fishermen, and tax collectors. Interesting. When talking about ministry being business, you see, they always have to quote this scripture of saying, I am doing my father's business. When Jesus Christ was, remember that scripture. So if you remember the video I made here about when Oyedepo sacked 40 of his pastors, I made a video to prove that church is business. In case you want, I can find the video and play it for you here, where I was analyzing his statement of why church itself is business, or why ministry is business according to him, or according to them. You understand? But if you have not watched the video, it's here on the channel. I've made videos about this. Okay, Bikonu. Koronu ndi Igbo aka. I beg clap for Igbo people, of course. Wow, okay. Let me read some of the comments. May God bless us like Cubana, amen. Okay, let's see here. Prophet Jeremiah Omoto was calling him Warri TB Joshua. Have you seen his church? The first thing you see when you enter Warri you see the chains of big hotel in the churchyard. Of course, I know many churches run hotels so that maybe if you are doing all this, if they are doing all this their program clinical, you have to come and stay there, and maybe at that they will use that opportunity to gather information about you, a couple of other things that happen, those kind of things. So I know that many churches, him talking about just starting his own hotel, I know that many churches have their own hotels. You get, so I know those things happen in many ministries. Just for a way for them to control people coming in and whatever they do in church. I don't know. So that is something pretty much normal. Evelyn, hi. If God bless his members, they will surely come back and favor him. He's their pastor, of course. He said it too. Yes, indeed. Of course. Very funny pastor. I celebrate my interesting. People should leave Obi Kubana alone. That guy works hard for his money, of course. I knew him when he had no money. He started in Ibiza. Wow, a small beer parlor before building Cubana. You see? You see, when people are there, no one knows them. But when you now become someone in the spotlight, everybody comes for you. Thank you very much for that, Daffy. I love that sermon by Pastor Rita. Be interesting. And David BMS said it categorically that the ministry is business, but that is very wrong. But that is very wrong, and that is because Jesus said my father's business. Of course, that's the mentality that goes with that. Okay, so when once people have that mentality of like business, you understand? You get it will look like more of like you're in a transaction. You see people. I was watching Dr. Omar Pai on YouTube here. I watched many of these people for a fact, and he was saying something about someone that came and told him, Pastor, if you can pray, he was talking about someone that had cancer or so, and the wife or something came to him and said, my sister has cancer. If you can pray for him to get healed of cancer, or her to get healed of cancer, I'm going to give you, is it 10 million or whatever. And the way he was narrating the story, he said, when I heard the amount of money, I was like, wait, what is this man talking about? Maybe one day, I'm gonna, because that video he was having recently was having pastors conference. So he was sharing one of those testimony. He said when he had the money the woman called, hey God, that money, when he prayed for the woman. The next thing, the woman gave him a jeep, gave him cars, gave him this money. I'm like, so this woman came to you, and told you that the relative has cancer, that if you pray for the person, he's going to give you this money. And then he opened his mouth and say, when I had the money, I say, hey, Chineke na mera ebere. Wait, if this testimony is true, say when we talk about like fathers of faith, I know the people like, when I was still young, I used to watch Umokpa. Then we used to watch cable TV. Now I used to see all these people on cable TV then. Umokpa, that time of Damina, when Damina was still on fire with money. God, I remember those days then. Yeah, God. See, I've gone far in this whole Christianity thing that I've heard things, I've seen things. So I'm not like, it's just that money is what motivates, like, when they do certain things or whatever. Of course, when you talk about the business side of it, some pastors, if you invite them to your church without honorarium, you are wasting time because they are a brand. If you are inviting my brand comes with attention. So when my brand comes to your church, of course, they're going to have pool of members, and more pool of members coming to your service means more money is going to come in. So that means my honorarium is going to be high. You get that kind of thing. These are inner kakus things that happen in church. If Kene Komplan will come to Nigeria, and he will be charging some amount of money that was called out at that time, you can imagine. And if TD Jakes was said recently to be coming to Akwa Ibom State, and he was calling some amount of money that he has to be paid to appear in Akwa Ibom State, then you would know see, that is why like recently I've been analyzing what has come out about Suleiman. Suleiman is a brand. If you have the time, go and watch Apostle Johnson Suleiman's crossover night program. The prayer points they were praying, I am a government. He was telling them that they should pray that they are governments, they are institutions. They now pray the prayer. I would never see. There's a way you can know that you are listening to someone preaching or something. You can know that this person is really feeling what is going on. You understand? These people that are brands. So when I talk about, let's say, this particular brand, let's say this pastor or this pastor, you see those who love them, because I know how YouTube works. If I make a video today right now about, let's say, someone like Apostle Joshua Selman, my video will be suggested to all those that like watching Apostle Joshua Selman, and they will just come, wow, you dare not talk about anointed man of God. Don't judge. You dare get kwakaka. The Holy Spirit will do this to you'll curse your father. I say, yeah, these are human beings cursing me in the comments. So because I just made a comment about their favorite pastor. Well, that's the thing, because there are very few people like me in the Nigerian space that ask questions of what these people say on social media. If you look here on YouTube, the videos you see are people that just take their videos, add sound effects to it and just copy and paste without saying anything. They just do it like promotion video kind of video. Just be posting their messages. For me, I will listen to your message, correct, but I will ask questions about things that are not clear or things I feel that are not really scriptural. I will not judge you to say that you are wrong, but I'll present what you have said for you to see, present the same subject you have preached on of someone else saying something different. And I will not ask the audience, the Christians that are now your die-hard fans, Christians, please, what do you think about this? Because this is what I think about this based on scripture. Do you think it's okay to curse? Or do you think it's okay for a pastor to run a business or to have a hotel? Or do you think it's okay to, why? Because we have different mindset like this, but yet still we call ourselves one body. And we have Christians that are confused here and there because Oga will say this, or this one will say this one will say this one. So if Christians don't learn to ask questions, some of you are in fear and guilt because you feel that this person is all-knowing, all-powerful, all this and that, so you cannot really interrogate them or really ask questions about the things they say. So you are afraid. Everything they say, you accept it whole line and sinker. But if the church did not start by people asking questions the way it is, how did we have all these different separations, Methodist, Anglican, this and that, different Pentecostals? Some churches you can wear earrings, some you cannot wear. Now, even on Instagram, where we have people, even on Instagram, where we have people that this particular woman that has been saying things about the phone, like telling things about the church, if you are using phone, you are going to hell, this and that. Even they themselves are having disagreements among themselves. All right. So it's just very, very, I don't know. When I look at these things, I'm just asking myself, like, how do people even think? But yes, still, of course, nothing will stop me myself from keep asking questions about these things. And if it comes to something maybe trending about, church like this, of course, I'll keep making content like this and asking questions, because if no one is answering, of course, maybe I'll be talking to myself and answering myself. All right. So I think that is it. So let me read some of your interesting comments. You can ignore the human being. What is the name? Oluwa, whatever, who is just there making, the noise makers. God of mercy. So let's see what do we say here. Many churches run hotels, especially if you want to see them. You must dodge there, of course. Manuel Nishane says, but Jesus called it business because it's his priority, and but the thieves did not realize that Jesus had a carpentry business, of course. Thanks for being real. Thank you very much for being here. To be sincere, church is real business, and to expand, the pastor must add other businesses like hotel, supermarket, and others to enable them have other streams of income. Of course, I'm not against churches running businesses, okay? But when I saw the fact of where he said, the pastor said that Igbo people are stingy, I had to show you guys an example of someone that is not stingy but is still in the public eye. There are many Igbo people like that who are not, who really give willingly to the church. Now ask yourself why a pastor will charge money to do the work of God. How much does Jesus charge to preach the gospel? Or does Jesus, you see, that's the thing. When I talk about things like this, I always point back to Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But because we have the pastors as examples, I present the pastors as examples for people, since they will listen to the pastors more than maybe listen to someone like me who just talks and analyzes things. I present their pastors to them and I ask them questions. I think it's a good way to have a conversation around things that are happening in church or things that are trending. The pastors call on Jesus free of charge, but they go to preach to people with charges. You know, That's what comes with attention. That's the problem now. People are afraid to ask. You will be tagged as going against the church, or you'll be cursed. Of course. Recently, when Suleiman was preaching in Baltimore, where he had a program, he narrated a story of a member of his church that was asking him questions about tithe. You can go on Facebook and look for that particular video, because me, when I'm talking, I talk about things. I don't talk hearsay. I watch the videos myself from beginning to the end, and I know the stories they say. Because most times, if you watch me, most of the things I analyze are stories. You understand? Stories that pastors say, not really what they really say about scripture, like some stories they say, some examples they give, you know. So he was talking about someone that come for Bible study and was asking him, and this tithe that we are talking about, how does God come and collect it, since you said that we are giving it to God? He now said that he told the lady that he told the lady, last time that you were sick and I prayed for you, is it God, is it, how did you get healed? Is it not God that healed you? So when you bring your money to church, uh, you we I bring it to God. When you are giving the money the way he was saying that, I was like, wow, this is just a very logical way to talk about, the reason why you should, why the money itself goes to God. Because according to him, what he said, the woman was asking a very, logical question. If not for the fact that he keeps attacking my channel, I would have played the video right now for you to see what I'm talking about. But maybe I might be mixing up the stories in my head. But I watch all these things and I get to listen to them. Okay. All right. So I have never seen when pastors had general pastors conference just to pray with one voice. Wow, interesting. All right, so indeed, we've had an interesting conversation today about what Pastor Fatoyinbo had to say about the Igbos. Okay, for me, I strongly disagree with that. Maybe it's the Igbos in his church that he's having an issue with or something, but all the same, we hope we don't have that mindset and saying that Igbos are these, tribes are this and that. Okay, if we are one body, at least let's stay one body. Let's be one body first in the faith before we start talking about this person's tribe, this and that. Okay, so that is it today. I think we've had an interesting conversation. Thanks so much for everyone that has been part of today's live stream. The Bible said that crows are like birds, they fly. If you are in the line for curse, it will come to you. Interesting. Interesting. Thanks for all your opinions. Thanks, Emmanuel Ignatius, every other person here, Edo Friends Official TV, Daffy, Moriamo Uso. Sorry, I can't pronounce all the names here. Ajiro, Gene, Praise, Agba. Every other person that has been here in the comments, I really appreciate you guys a whole lot. Wow. For me to have 90 people watching me and a very few people talking in the comments, that's still amazing. Okay, you guys are all amazing. In case you just whatever, like in case you watch a live stream, just give the video a like. It helps someone else come on YouTube later to get to see what I had to say about this issue. Okay, so we will dance and then I would call it a day right here on YouTube. Okay, so thanks for being right here with me. I really had an amazing time with each and every one of you. I'm gonna end the live stream
It's
soon.
got clarity on the beat.
Okay, Emmanuel says he wants to see me. Okay. My camera is not good, so I'll just show my face for like few minutes and then I go. Okay, because I have to go back home and sleep. Okay, so this is me. I'm at the office. Let me make it bigger so you get to see. This is me at the office. Hello. So the voice you've been seeing talking, I'm at the office. My camera is not too good because normally I used to stream with this. So I got a new laptop, the new Mac here. The old one is here. Normally it works with my old computer. So I got this new one, but it's not connecting with this. So that's why I'm off. I'm talking with my voice. So the camera quality is not good. That is why I didn't show my face. So yes. So the time right now in China is almost 1 a.m. This is 12:59 a.m. Almost 1 a.m. in the morning. Oh, past 1 a.m. Yeah, almost 1 a.m. 12:59. Okay, so right now it's 1 a.m. in the morning. So imagine I came here 9 o'clock in the morning. and I'm here till the next day 1 a.m. So I'm already in the next day 1 a.m. So you see how hard I work. I work up till this time. So yeah, so I have to go right now. So see you guys much later. Maybe there's a video coming tomorrow, I think maybe next tomorrow, but this is where I stay. This is the office actually. So yeah, that is it. 12 noon, okay. Okay, 12 noon in your place. Wow, interesting. All right, so see you guys later and take care of yourself, okay? Okay.